Now, this is me when I was on the show called DNA Dementias with Al Bracey as the host, attorney William Weisdorf, and there I am. We were talking about, well, I was on the show talking about how illegal or how 89% of men who pay child support are paying illegally. This attorney basically says, yes, I'm right. If you listen to this attorney, he says a lot that I don't think attorneys really should say. At the same time, I only have 36 credit hours of law, but look at how I handle this situation and plead my case publicly about child support and the illegalities of it, and how this attorney failed to plead the state of the case, the case for the state.
The more you know the system, the less likely you're going to spend time in jail. Believe it or not, they don't want to put you in jail. They just want your money.
Yeah, so I can't tell. They don't want to put them in jail. But listen, let me ask you this then: because welfare is allocated by the federal government too. You know, there's funds set aside for food stamps and people who want to get their bills rented. And maybe you can answer this too. There's a lot of Arabic-speaking women who get welfare, but their husbands ain't sought after for child support. How come the state says because she wants benefits, they can go after anybody? I mean, they literally don't have to go. They can go after the liquor store if they want to. Why say we're going to make the men suffer because of? I want to call it. I almost want to say she's saying you committed a crime against her because she's basically putting a case against you when she go down there because you are the obligee and she's the obligor. Obligee mean that you owe and the obligor mean that she's owed. And in law, well, I only got 36 hours. That's all I got. But 15 years of studying because I never put the books down. But when you owe somebody, it is said in law that the obligee is the one who undertook an oath. That means you broke your promise or something, which I would equate to me breaking my marriage vows. In a one-night stand situation or a buddy situation, there is no oath undertaken. And I'm quite sure that the judges could see on the face of the paperwork that no crime has been committed and that this certain action should be taken against this man. I mean, I know from a legal standpoint, you look at it from the way you have to look at it. But from the hood standpoint, we got to look at it as an attack on our families. And until they get their stuff together, this is going to continue to divide, and it appears it's divide more black families than it's divide any other families. How could we call the state to the carpet on this and say, listen, y'all wrong. Bottom line, stop trying to justify Mike Cox, you wrong. Stop doing it. What could we do?
Okay, the answer to your question, you can talk to your legislator. The United States, Michigan, most U.S. Systems are unlike Europe. Some places in Europe, they don't have child support. The families work this out themselves. We've got the system we've got. And what it says is when a woman comes to a welfare office and asks for support, and by the way, gone are the days where women used to get $1,000 a month checks just for asking. They don't get that anymore. But they do get a Medicaid card, and they do get WIC, and they do get some things. They get it for the asking. I'm not sure that the system is the best. It's the one that we got. And what we got to do is educate our men, our urban men, our black and Arabic and whoever men. We got to educate them how to avoid that problem, and if they get into that situation, how to deal with it. I can't fix the system overnight, but I can help people, and men can help themselves by educating themselves, and if they get stuck into the system, how to get out of it by keeping their job and by staying out of jail. And the way you do that is you find out the answers. You get good legal representation. I can't change the system overnight. So
me and Al was talking about this. Let me get your opinion about this. How about I encourage my brothers, when y'all get with these girls, it's called the Family Independence Agency. Right. Maybe if we go as a family, they'll have to treat the case a little different. Maybe instead of sending her down there by herself. You know, brother, go with her. Let them seek family from now on. Because me and Al was talking about this, and I said, Al, I've been pondering on this for some years, and the best way I figure that we can defeat this particular demon is to yoke up as families the way that God intended it to be. That way, the state will have to take care of the whole family and not have to charge the male because they have to take care of part of the family. Start going together. I know from the 70s, you know, daddy didn't go with mama because for some reason we got this stigma that if the black man show up, the state ain't gonna give us no benefits. No, y'all work for yourself. Well, white people get welfare too, and Arabs get welfare too. I just don't believe that the state is hard on them when they miss state payments or whatever that it is on us. So I want to encourage the brothers to get with your baby mama. Settle your differences.
That's a good idea.
Settle your differences and go down there together. Make your food stamp stipend a little bigger because it's like 4 of y'all on that little benefit. Get the bills. I mean, if they're gonna charge you, you might as well join in on some of these stamps too. Get move in too. Get married. Do the thing right because family is out of control. So now you have another out of control system who feels as though they can put it back in control, but they're losing control themselves. So we have to control the situation. I just believe if we go down there as a family, it will trip those welfare workers out to see the black man sitting there with his girlfriend and his family saying, we need help.
Okay. Bill Rysdorf, we want to contact you. Let us know what type of event you got coming up, the communication number.
Now, I'm going to tell you something. Anybody in their right mind knows if you see this, you know that we're not against child support. We're against the oppressive way that they collect child support, and we are against men going to jail for such a small offense. We believe that if they have all these degrees hanging over their walls, that they should be smart enough to come up with a less oppressive way to handle this situation.